Okay, it looks like we are live now on Facebook. Yay! All right, so if you're joining us from Facebook, we are in our healing intensive call right now. And we wanted to invite you all to join us in our moon challenge that we're about to kick off. And what this is about is using the cycles of the moon to help map out how you're planning to do things in your business. So rather than always being in action mode, always being like go, go, go all the time, that is the masculine energy in you that wants to be doing, wants to be going, wants to be productive. The feminine side of you, the feminine energy in you, wants to allow, wants to be present, wants to also be in stillness. And if we pay attention to the cycles of the moon, then we will know when it's time to go and to move and to do, and when is it time to be more quiet, to go within, to look at things that are no longer working, whether that's in your business or in your personal life, relationships that are no longer in alignment that need to be let go of, things like that. So what we're going to do is have a moon challenge. And what I did was I created a document that has all of the moons for April mapped out. So the full moon, the new moon, when it's waning and waxing, all of those things. If you would like to join this challenge with us, I can email you this document. So just drop your email address in the comments below if you're joining from Facebook. I will email you the April moon chart, as well as what we're doing with the moon challenge. If you're already on my email list, if you receive my weekly emails, you're going to be getting this anyway. So don't worry about dropping your email. This is just for people who have not received any emails from me. You're not on my list yet, but you want to do this with us. So and we actually just had a full moon. So right now we are in a waning period, which is about letting go of things that no longer serve. We just had the Libra full moon, which is about balance, coming into balance. And I know for myself personally, I had connections come to the surface that were not in balance. I was overgiving. I tend to lean more towards overgiving. I'm an empath. I absorb a lot from others. I want to help everyone. And that can be to my detriment, to want to help people, to want to, keep the peace, do whatever I can to keep the peace, even if that means to, abandon myself in the process. That is what I did in the past. That's what I'm moving away from. I'm coming back to balance. And these relationships that were out of balance came to the surface to be looked at during the full moon. Tower moment, like you call it in tarot, is when all shit goes down and whoosh, the universe sweeps away these things that no longer serve. And then after the full moon, when the moon is waning, it's a time to continue to let go. And this also can line up with the cycles of the female body. When she goes through menstruation, she's letting go, she's cleansing, she's getting ready for that new cycle to begin. So if we pay attention to these cycles, we're going to be much more aware of when it's time to go within more, to be more quiet, and when it's time to like get your feet on the pavement and go and do it, get into action mode. And what I wanted to do was send out this document that has all the April moons in it. And the next full moon is going to be April 27th. So we're going to kick off the challenge April 27th. And my challenge to you is to block off your calendar for the next couple of days. So that would be April 28th through May 1st. That's when the moon is going to be waning. And I want to challenge you to block off your calendar. If you own your own business, to not book any calls, to not book any photo shoots, to not book any active work during that time, and to use that time instead to go within, to be really quiet, to meditate. I've been getting this message so much, to go inside myself, to be quiet, to meditate, to stop putting so much out, and not allowing myself to be quiet and to receive. So what I am doing myself is blocking off my own calendar those couple of days. And then we're going to revisit and see what happened as a result of you blocking off that time for you. Did you really lose money? Did you really lose clients? Or did you actually make money while you weren't actively had your hands in it? I have a client, Kira, who just shared in our group that she made $10,000 on a day that she was in bed with a horrible fever, sick in bed all day, did not do anything but sleep, and she had a $10,000 day. Things like that happen to show us that we manifest at rest. She has the affirmation, when I snore, I make more, and I love that. And it's also recognizing that you don't need to be sick to do this. I had COVID. After I had this performance in Florida, I got COVID and I was forced to be alone for a week. It was lovely. It was like, I never thought I would be so happy to have COVID. I was forced to stay in my house. I was forced to be in bed. My mind didn't work, which was such a blessing because I have a very busy, active mind that always wants to be working and doing and brainstorming and creating. My mind actually, like, it was like this brain fog that wasn't working. And I was like, what's going on? It's because I was meant to really be quiet and to allow the divine worked on me intensively during this time. You know, some people that I talked to about this said it's like a COVID upgrade, that you're like literally like in incubation and being worked on. But my point is that you don't need to be sick to do this. So if we decide ahead of time, we're going to map out these days, we're going to take this time to go within, to be quiet, to meditate. You can do something creative if you like to paint or draw or sing, play an instrument, something that allows you to be in that flow, to be in that open, receptive mode is beautiful. But during that time, you're not going to be giving. You're not going to be doing a lot of output. You're not going to be, loud and, out there, like out in the world. Come within. And I'm even taking it further that I want to be really quiet those days, which means no phone calls, no social media, like everything goes off. And actually one of my coaches, Lindsay Dam, says you disconnect to reconnect. I love that. Disconnect to reconnect. So to reconnect to yourself, to the divine, you need to disconnect. It's not about reaching out to someone. What do I do? What do I do next? No, you go within. You disconnect to reconnect with yourself. So that's what our challenge is. It's going to have these days, April 28th through May 1st, to be totally disconnected, to turn off those, to just turn off social media, stop booking the calls, don't book any shoots, don't book anything those days. And then we're going to revisit it and see what happened as a result of taking this time. This is something I want to do for myself every month. And I had the idea yesterday. What if every week that I have, my period, I just don't book anything those weeks? What would happen if 1 week a month, I just didn't book anything? Would I really lose business? Would things really stop? Would it be this like crazy, oh my God, like nothing's getting done? My mind might want to go there. My ego might go there. But if we choose this and decide, my soul is choosing this, because by doing nothing, I'm doing everything. By being still, it's everything. And when we slow down, the universe speeds up. So when we slow down, when we get out of the way, when we sit down, close our eyes, and we meditate, the universe can do what it does. There's nothing we're missing. What's ours will never miss. What's ours is always ours. The clients are already there. The people are already there. The love connections are already there. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with our relationships, our business, our money after taking this time for ourselves. Michelle is in our healing intensive group, and she just put in the chat here, people thought Chick-fil-A would never survive not being open on Sundays. Good point, Michelle. Yeah, like Sunday's supposed to be the Sabbath day of rest. And I know that for me, as a business owner, I thought I can't take any days off. I need to be on every day. I need to check social media every day. I need to check my emails every day. And in doing that, you're spreading your energy so thin that you're not showing up fully ever anywhere, because you're not allowing yourself that time to rest, to integrate. I just had a session this morning. I had a soul business session myself this morning. And right afterwards, I had to tell myself, Julie, sit down and let this integrate. You need to meditate, let this integrate. And then I took my dog on a walk outside. I didn't bring my phone. Didn't want to be tempted to look at my phone. I was outside. And I told myself this time is for integration. I had a really relaxed afternoon. This is the first work that I've done. It's 3 p.m. my time. All day, I received the messages from my healer and I let them integrate. And now I'm ready to show up. I'm ready to work. That's the joy of having your own business too, that we get to decide what our schedule looks like. We get to set those boundaries. So I hope you'll join us in the Moon Challenge. Um, if you aren't on my email list and you want to hear more about this, drop your email below this post and I will be happy to send it to you. If you already get my weekly emails, you're going to get this anyway, so no need to do that. And I'm just laughing at the comments over here. So I'm going to go back to my healing intensive call now. Thank you so much for joining us. And I will see you all later in the Surrender to Success group. I'm going to go back now to my healing intensive group here. So let me go ahead back. Okay. We're back in here.